Hi Tiff. Hi Sheila. Hi Amy. Hi everybody, good evening. Welcome to my Pilates class. Nice to have everyone back. If we've got any new people, then you're all very welcome. Tonight we're going to be using the weights. So just make sure you've got some nice light dumbbells. Mine are 1 kg, so you don't want anything too heavy, so about 1 kg is enough. If you've not got any weights to hand, then whilst we're just waiting for a few more people to join us, you might want to just go and grab 2 tins of beans, bottles of water. Of course, if you don't want to use any weights, then that's fine, you'll be able to just join in with the class as well. And if anyone's new, the way I teach, I'll offer you different levels of exercises. So you might find the first level that I give you, you're perfectly comfortable and you feel great there, so that's brilliant, keep going. But I will give you varying levels so that you can challenge and progress as we're going through. Anyone carrying any injuries? Of course, unfortunately, I can't see people at the moment, so I know you'll be sensible and you'll just work as you feel comfortable. So yeah, we'll just give it another moment, let a few more people join, and then we'll get cracking. Okay. Hi Karen, hi Sarah, brilliant. Got a few more people just logging on. Hi Tony, fabulous. Hi Carla, brilliant. Right ladies, okie dokie. Ladies and gentlemen, we will get going. Okay, so as always, we're just going to make sure that we're in a good starting position. So with our ankles, knees and hips stacked on top of each other in good alignment, we're just making sure as well we're not sticking our bottom out too much, so we're just rolling that tailbone under. We've got a nice neutral pelvis position, and to begin with, just to centre ourselves into class, we're going to start with a little bit of breath work. So I want you to take your hands onto the lower rib cage, and I want you to just relax the shoulders away from the ears. I want you to think about taking 4 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And as we exhale, I want you to just let go of any thoughts, any tension, anything that doesn't need to concern you right now. This is your 30 minutes to yourself, okay? So when we're ready, we're going to inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Nice big inhale again for me. And exhale. And then one last time there as we inhale and exhale and release. Super, let those hands relax down. We're going to start by taking those arms up and then circling the arms wide. So just beginning to warm up the body in preparation for our weights exercises. And with your breath, again, just keeping that inhale through the nose and that exhale through the mouth. We're just going to do 5 more here, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're going to take those hands wide, so we want the hands roughly about shoulder level. What I want you to do now is come into our spine twist, so we're going to keep those hands stretched, creating that length through the shoulders. We're going to take a breath in to prepare, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the left. We're going to come back to centre. We're going to exhale and twist to the right. So we inhale to return to centre, and we exhale as we twist. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. And if ever that Pilates breath seems to be confusing, just breathe as you feel comfortable, okay? And the nice bit about this exercise is just go with it. Let your spine just move and feel free. If you can, if you push your hip in the opposite direction to the way you're twisting, sometimes that'll just create that real good stretch in the mid-spine area, in what we call the thoracic area, okay? And we're going to do 1 more each way. Perfect. Final one. And then when we come back to centre, we're just going to turn the hands to face the floor. So again, keep an eye on them that they're at shoulder level. We're going to begin to pulse those hands now. So again, starting to warm up those muscles around the shoulder area. And then I want you to keep that pulse in there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep those arms going. And this time we're going to do some balance as well. So I want you to keep the weight through your right leg. We're going to take that left leg, knee in line with the hip if we can. If balance is a little bit of a challenge, then you can feel free to keep that foot down on top of the other. So pick a level where you feel comfortable. Okay, so hopefully feeling those shoulder muscles a little bit warmer, getting those balance receptors fired up. Now, keep your eyes open, but if you're feeling a little bit braver, you want to challenge that balance, give those eyes a close. Keep those arms pulsing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. My balance was terrible then, I do apologise. Let's try the other side and see if that's any better. Right, so we're going to take that weight from our left leg now, okay? Knee in line with the hip on that right side, and we're going to keep the foot down. Okay, so let's get those arms pulsing. Okay, eyes open. And let's see how our balance is. Now you can all have a good laugh if it's as bad as my right side, because my left side is actually my weaker side, but hey, let's give it a go. So let's close those eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. It's when I have to do more than one job. I should be used to it by now. Well done, guys. Okay, so last little bit of warm up for the shoulders. We've got a massive group of muscles around the shoulders called the rotator cuff. So what I'm going to do, guys, is take those elbows to 90 degrees, so we've got the palms facing the ceiling. Just ensure that we've not dropped the chest and we're slouching, so give the shoulder blades a nice roll down the back. From here, we're going to keep the elbows tucked in, but we're just going to rotate the hands out and then slowly back to centre. So as we rotate, we still want to keep that length through the spine. I'm just going to turn side on to show you a little tip. Sometimes what can happen is as we open, the ribs can flare. So we want to ensure that the tailbone is staying tucked under. Okay? And you'll feel a real nice little squeeze in the shoulder blade area as we open. So we exhale and we inhale to release. Exhale, inhale to release. And we're just going to do 5 more. Well done. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now we're going to hold those arms out. We're going to reach our arms out to the side into our Cleopatra stretch. Bring those elbows back in and then release. So we open, we reach, pull in, release. So again, just getting those arms nice and warm before we go into our strength exercises. Always good to just do a little bit of dynamic warm up, and that way hopefully we're going to keep ourselves as flexible as possible. And we're going to keep that going. So opening, reaching, pull back, release. Open, reaching, pull back, release. 3 more here. Well done. 2 more. Super. And then final 1. And then from there, guys, we're going to take our hands to the front. So palms facing each other, hands in line with the shoulders, and we're going to warm up with a few arm opening stretches. So with our right hand, hips are going to stay facing forward. We take the right hand out to open, around, and then slowly back to centre. Left hand, we open, round, and then back to centre. So we exhale, the arm open, and we inhale to return. Exhale to open, and then we inhale to return. So exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the nose, exhaling, inhaling. And as we continue those stretches, hopefully the upper back area, the shoulder area will just feel a little bit looser. At the moment, for some of us, we might not be as mobile and as active as we normally are, so it's just a nice stretch just to get everything going there. Okay. And let's go for 1 more each side. See if we can reach around that little bit further, if we feel comfortable to. And then we come back to centre release the hands, and just give those shoulders a nice big roll. Super. Right, everybody, so if you want to pick up your weights, so your dumbbells, your tins of beans, bottles of water, or we can continue with no weights if that feels better for your body. So again, before we start, let's make sure we've got ankles, knees and hips stacked on top of each other. That tailbone is tucked under, and we've got a nice neutral spine. We want to hold our weights so that we can see the inside of our arms. And we're going to start first of all with a bicep curl into shoulder press. So with our left hand, we curl the weight to the shoulder. We then press up to the ceiling. Weight comes down to shoulder, and then we extend and lengthen the arm. Opposite side, we curl into bicep. We press through the shoulder. Weight comes back to the shoulder, and then we release slowly. So with this exercise, we're going to start just one side at a time, okay? And the key thing is that nice, slow press and that slow release, okay? Brilliant. And with your breathing for now, we're just going to keep it nice and flowing, okay? More important at the moment, just to be focusing on that precision of the movement, okay? So real good way to get the upper body stronger and working a lot of different muscle groups with this exercise. Okay, so if you're happy, please stay free to keep with the singles. If you're feeling confident, we can curl both and press up with both and slowly releasing. So into our bicep curl, into shoulder press. Okay, and again, if you try it, it feels too much, come back down into our single arm movements. Well done, guys, and we're going to do 8 more. Fab. 7 more. Good stuff. 6 more. Well done. And 5. And 4. And 3. 2 more. Last one. And release. Brilliant. Now this time, we're going to hold our weights in a neutral position. So if you've got a little cup of tea in your hand, that's the way your arm wants to be when we release it by the side of the body. From here, we're going to keep the arms straight, and we're going to slowly bring those weights forward and up into the air so that we're taking them just above the shoulder, okay? And again, we slowly release them down, real nice and controlled on that release. So we exhale as we lift up, and we inhale slowly down. Exhaling. And inhaling. Now as we exhale, imagine you're blowing out through a little straw. And we inhale to release. So by doing that breathing technique of exhaling out through a little straw, it helps us to recruit our deeper core muscles, and that helps to just get everything firing and give ourselves that little bit more support. Of course, if you find using the weights becomes a bit too much, pop those weights down and just keep going with that movement. Okay, still keeping that nice neutral pelvis. Don't allow those ribs to flare as we come up, especially to that overhead position. And let's go for 5 more. Well done. And 4. Brilliant. And 3 more. Super. Last 2. Brilliant. Final one there. And slowly lower and release. Super, good work. Right. We're going to go into some deadlift movements now. So I'm going to turn side on so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So deadlift is a great way to train our lower back and our hamstrings and all the posterior muscles. If you've got any back problems, obviously you can pop the weights down, but have a go and see what you think. So key thing is we want those feet hip width apart. We're going to hinge at the hips, so we're just creating a slight softening in the knee, but by hinging at the hips, it helps to keep that nice flat spine, and we're just going to let those weights just stay at the front of the thigh. The idea here is rather than bending the knee, like in a squat movement, we're actually hinging at the hip, and we'll really feel that in our hamstring muscles, okay? So, we've got those hands on the front of the thigh, we've got that little hip hinge, and also, just think about the shoulders, because as we come down, sometimes those shoulders might want to round. So just give those shoulders a roll to set down the back, okay? And head position wise, you can just look ahead. We're gonna let those weights just roll down towards the knee, creating that hinge at the hip. And you'll feel just that little bit of pulling in the hamstring. From here then, we just roll the weights back up and just extend through the hip. So we allow ourselves to hinge, let those weights roll down the thigh to the knee, and then slowly bring the weights back up the thigh and extend. Little tip is at the top, just make sure we're not overarching and extending, as sometimes that can be a little bit irritable as well. Okay, so we're gonna exhale, hinge the hips, bring those weights to the knee. And we inhale, slide those weights back up the thigh and extend. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And again, feel free, if you feel you want to travel further through your deadlift, you can come a little bit lower. And the weight should never feel that they're floating away from you. So if you imagine, each time you go back up and down your leg, if you had paint on your dumbbells or your weights, that paint would get thicker and thicker. Okay, super. And let's go for 4 more. Brilliant. And 3. And 2. And last one. And release. Okay. Now we're going to go into some single deadlift work. If you feel more comfortable, then please stay with the double leg position if it feels more balanced. Single leg deadlift, we're going to start with the weight through our left foot, and we're just going to bend up the right knee so it's out of the way. You can do a stiff leg version, so if you've done it before, please feel free to add in that variety. If not, I'm going to get everyone to just bend and soften that knee just to take that tension off the hamstrings. We're bringing both weights to that left thigh, and then when we're ready, guys, again, we're going to create that little hinge through the hip, so your knee is going to stay still. We're bringing the weights to that left knee, and we're rolling those weights back up. And again, we want to keep that knee still, the work coming from the hip, the lower back, and then slowly coming back up. So we exhale with the effort coming forward, and we inhale, slowly release. Exhale, and we inhale to release. So again, give it a go, and if it feels too much, then you can keep both legs down and just continue with your normal deadlift. This is a great one for runners, and it's great if anyone's got any niggling hamstrings. Really lovely exercise. Okay, let's see if we can do 2 more. Keep that balance going. Exhaling. Inhaling to release. Final one there, guys, as you exhale. And inhale to release. Super. Give those legs a little shake. And we're going to go to the right side. So again, give it a go. We can always stay with normal deadlift if we wish. We've got that slight bend through the right side, bending that left knee. Make sure those shoulders are rolled back and down. Both weights together now on that right thigh. As we bring those weights hinging at the hip towards the knee. And then slowly return back up. Super. We exhale into our hip hinge. Inhale to release. Keep it going, guys. Exhaling. Inhaling to release. And again, you might find one side to the other, you might have a bit more range and be able to keep going. You might find that balance feels a little bit more challenging. That's the great thing about Pilates, week to week. We might notice subtle changes, improvements, areas to work on and carry forward. But give yourself that focus, that goal. And let's go for 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Final one there, everybody. And then when we come back in, release, relax. Well done, guys. Give those legs a little shake out. We're going to keep holding the weights, but again, pop them down at any point if you need to. We're going to take that weight back to our left leg now. So we did this exercise a few weeks ago when we were using the ball or your pillow or your towel, whatever bit of equipment you've got. We're going to again keep that slight bend in that left knee. We're going to bring both weights in towards the chest, and we're going to have that right leg nice and free. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to reach those weights away and lengthen that right leg behind, and then draw them back to center. So we exhale and we inhale. Now if 2 weights feels too much, obviously you can drop one, or as I said, you can do it without. Now, as an extra little challenge, instead of your foot touching the mat, what you can do with that right leg is have it hovering, okay? So we're just making that left leg work a little bit more, getting those arms working a bit more, those chest muscles. And we exhale to extend, inhale to return. Exhale and inhale. Super. 3 more here. Well done. And 2. And 1. When we come back in, straight over to the other side. Oh, I hope you can feel your bottom working like mine, everybody. Right, we've got those weights into our chest. Slight little bend in that right knee. Left leg's nice and free. Shoulders roll back and down. And when we're ready, we're going to exhale. Inhale, return. Exhale. Inhale, return. So again, you might just get your balance going with that left leg touching the mat. Stay here if you're happy. If you want to give yourself an extra little challenge, we're just going to reach that leg away, then draw it back in. So we're keeping that left leg off the mat. Well done. We're going to exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale, release for 4. Well done. And 3. And 2. Last 1. And when we come back down, people, please know we're going to pop those weights down for a moment. So just giving those hamstrings a little stretch, keeping that left knee straight, toes gently pull back towards us. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching it over now. Right heel down, toes back towards us. You can sit the bottom back a little if you wish. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then last one on that left side again, if you're happy to. Go a little bit lower, but as always, go to where we feel comfortable. As well as your hamstrings, it's a sciatic nerve stretch. So anyone with any issues there, just bear that in mind. And then last one on that right side. Again, toe up, heel down, right knee straight, that little hip hinge. And release. Right guys, we're going to stretch out our backs now, which probably come at a really nice time. So what we're going to do is come into our roll down exercise. So again, ankles, knees and hips are stacked on top of each other. If you've done this before, then you can keep the legs straight. If it's new to you, I suggest you keep your knees bent. And we're just going to come into a forwards bend. Anyone not happy flexing through the spine for various reasons, you can keep yourself just hands to knee, and that way your spine's in a safe range of movement, and everyone else just go to where we feel comfortable. Okay. So hands are on the front of the thighs, shoulders relaxed. We're going to inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, we're going to let the chin relax to the chest. We're going to slide those hands down the front of the legs, and we're going to stretch ourselves to where we feel comfortable. So it might be your knee, your shin, your ankle, your toes, your mat. We're going to let that chin relax to the chest and just feel that gorgeous stretch in the lower back and the hamstrings. Have a breath or two there. And then slowly, we're going to push through the feet. We're going to lengthen through the legs. Lift up through the spine. Lifting the head and rolling those shoulders. Super. We're going to do 2 more here. So again, go to where's comfortable for yourselves. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. So chin relaxing to the chest. Hands gliding forward. Let any tension melt away from your neck, from your shoulders, from your spine. Imagine that tension is floating out of your fingers. Let that head feel free and happy and relaxed. And then
again, we're going to pull in those lower tummy muscles towards the spine, lengthen through the legs, slowly growing tall through the spine, rolling those shoulders. Now we're going to do one more, and then that last one, we're going to take it down to the mat. So we're going to inhale, exhale, chin relax into the chest. And again, stop where you feel comfortable. You know your own body. Always to the point of a gentle stretching within comfort levels. Take another breath in and out here. And then we're going to bend our knees. We're going to walk ourselves down onto the mat. And we're going to take it into our cat and cow stretch. So hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. If anyone's knees or wrists aren't happy here, you can always roll your mat, or you can give yourself a towel or a pillow to cushion out things a little bit there. So we're going to allow the head to drop between the arms, rounding that upper back. And then we're going to inhale, lift the head to look forward, create that arch in the lower spine. Exhaling, drop the head between the arms, rounding the upper back. And we're going to inhale, lift the head to look forward, create that curve in that tailbone. And I'm just going to get you to keep going there. So you can keep it going as a continuous little flow, or sometimes people quite enjoy just holding it there for a couple of seconds and then releasing. So go with what feels good for you. There's no wrong, there's no right. It's all about moving how your body feels it needs to. And again, you might find with each stretch, you can go a little bit further if you feel comfortable to. And then just one last time, taking that head up, creating that little curve in the lower back, and then releasing. Okay, so we're going to use the weights for the next set of exercises. Again, if it feels like it's too much, you can do all of the next round of exercises without the weights as well. So I want you to take hold of that weight in your left hand. Your right hand is going to stay on the mat. You're going to take the weight through your right hand and your left knee, okay? And we're going to bring that weight behind the knee into center, so that right knee is hovering. Keep your head looking down at the mat, and that keeps the neck nice and relaxed. We're going to lengthen the arm and leg away, so left arm, right leg, and then we're going to bring them back to center. Reaching the arm and leg away, and then back to center. So we exhale as we reach away, and we inhale back. So for some people, you might find that that's enough without the weight, okay? If it feels too much pressure on the wrist, another little adaptation we can do is keep the right leg down and just keep exercising the arm with or without the weight. Or the other way is if you want a bit more support, you can come down, no weight at all, and just keep the right leg going. So if wrist is an issue, there's a few options there, okay? So we're going to keep that going. Exhaling, inhaling to return. Exhaling, inhaling to return for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super, take it down. Changing over now, guys. So again, weight in the right hand. We're going to take that left knee to start in the middle. We're going to reach that right hand, left leg back, and bring them back to center. Exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. And again, if that feels too much, you can drop your weight. You can do arm only, or you might want to just do leg only, okay? So pick what feels good for yourselves. Always exhaling as we reach, inhaling to release. Super. And we're going to keep that going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Straight back to the other side now. Again, we're going to keep that left arm lengthened and the right leg lengthened behind. From here, we're going to tie and take that left arm, right leg up into the air, and then release. So we exhale and lift, and we inhale to release. Perfect. So again, you can drop that weight at any point if you wish. Just make sure that you're not lifting that leg too high and hyperextending or rotating through the pelvis, okay? So keeping that slow, controlled precision movement. Exhaling and inhaling and blowing out through that little straw as we exhale, getting those core muscles, doing that work, supporting the spine. And release. Super. Straight over to the other side now. So weight in the right hand, left leg behind, weight out in front. Just making sure we've got a good grip. Palm is facing down to the floor. We are lifting our right arm, left leg, and then releasing. Lifting and releasing. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Keep it going. So again, we're working a few different muscle groups here. Great little compound movement. And let's keep it going now. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Good work, guys. Okay, pop those legs down for a moment. Let's have a lie down on our back. And we're just going to give those knees a little hug in towards the mat. In towards our chest, little massage of the back into the mat. Okay, super. So again, the next series of exercises are focusing on our core. We can use the weights to get our arms working a bit more, or you might feel by now you've had enough of them, so see what feels good for yourself, okay? So, to begin with, we want a little gap between the chin and the chest. We're going to bring our weights over the shoulder. Whatever you do, please make sure that you've got a good grip of your weights, as I don't want anyone missing teeth from my Pilates class, okay? So, I want you to relax your shoulders. We're going to try and take both arms overhead, just halfway, and then we're going to take them back over the shoulder. Now, a little watch point here is, as we go over, sometimes those ribs might flare and the lower back arch, okay? So if that's the case, I want you to drop the weights and you can do it without, okay? So we're going to exhale the arms over, halfway, and we're going to inhale to return. We're going to exhale, and we're going to inhale, return. So if you can, and this is the tricky one, I want you to try and keep both arms moving at the same time. Try and keep those weights in alignment with each other. Easier said than done. And we're going to go for 4 more. Well done. 3, 2, and 1. Now, once we come back over shoulder level, we're going to take those knees above the hips. A little bit more work on the lower back, guys, okay? So see how we feel. If that feels too much, you can keep the legs down. This time, we're going to take our right arm and our left leg out, reach it. And we're going to inhale to return. Left arm, right leg, reach out. And we inhale, slowly return. So into our leg stretch exercise. Exhaling as the arm and leg move away. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling. Inhaling. Keep it going. And again, if that feels a little bit too much, little modification is we can keep that leg on the floor. So we can just slide that heel along, and as always, we can drop those weights. Okay. Brilliant. Keep it going now. We're going to do 1 more each side. Exhaling. Inhaling to return. Exhaling. Inhaling to return. And release those legs down. Okay. We're going to come into our sit-up exercises next, guys. So anyone who's not happy to sit up and flex through the spine, what I want you to do instead is you're going to bring your left knee up to both dumbbells and release. And then the right knee up to both dumbbells. Okay? Everybody else, when you're ready, we're going to curl ourselves up and slowly release. Exhaling up. Slowly release. Brilliant. Exhaling. Inhaling. And again, if the weights are feeling a bit too much, please pop them down. Make sure we've got a little gap between the chin and the chest. Controlling that release down.
And just gently tightening those tummy muscles as we come up. Inhaling to release. Now keep going with that level. If you want to challenge yourself, bring those knees back over the hips. Weights just come down to the outsides of the knee and slowly release. And don't worry about those hands coming all the way behind the head, just to that halfway position. Super. For 5 more. And 4. Well done. 3 more. 2. Last 1. And release. Give your legs a little rest for a moment. Last bit of hard work, guys, with our weights. We're going to try the hundreds exercises. So we're going to start with feet on the mat. So this is the exercise where we are pulsing the arms. So by now, if your arms have gone, let go of those weights and we'll just go without. So we pulse the arms, we inhale for 5, and we exhale for 5. Okay, now I'm going to give you some options. So we can keep legs on the floor. We can have knees over the hips. Or if you're feeling super duper good, we can sit up and extend those legs. So, okay, just be aware that's a lot of strain on the neck and back for some people, so you can do it without the weights or come down to a previous level. Okay, so pick your level. We've either got feet on the floor, knees above the hips, or extending and lifting that head. Okay, guys, so last bit of hard work and then we're going to stretch it out. So pick your level. I will float up between a few just to keep everyone going. So let's start pulsing those arms. Okay, so we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last time, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax the weights down, bring those knees into the chest, and well done, brilliant. So the idea is you do 100 repetitions. I never keep count, but if your arms are feeling like mine, then we've definitely done 100. Okay guys, so just give yourself a little moment there. Let's just hug that left knee into the chest. Let your right leg lengthen down and relax. Let that breath recover. And then we're going to take that right knee into the chest. Left leg extends and relax. And again, shoulders nice and relaxed. And then we're just going to bring both knees back in, little rock side to side. And then in your own time, just have a roll on your side. Come back up into sitting. And let's just stretch it out. So we can have the legs crossed, legs in front, whatever feels best for yourselves. We're going to reach that left hand up into the air. And gently come into our mermaid stretch. So again, that lovely reach and stretch. Back to centre, taking that right hand up. And again, coming over the opposite side for that reach and stretch. And again, left hand as we inhale. Exhale, reach. Come back to centre. Inhale with the right hand. Exhale over. And release. And then with our left hand, we're just going to take that hand on top of the right shoulder. Just give it a little push over, a little stretch of the arm there. Super. And then right hand comes over. Again, gentle push just so you're getting all those muscles released after all our hard work. And then once more, guys, little stretch on the opposite side. And release. And one more. And release. Super. Last little bit of stretching. Let's come up into standing. And just give those arms a nice big open. So, hopefully you're feeling a little bit looser. Hopefully you're feeling a bit warmer because that means you've done a good job there. And then into our final stretches as we turn the toes out to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Soften those knees, cross those arms as we inhale and reach. And exhale, release.
Inhale and reach. Exhale, release. 2 more. Last one. And release and relax and well done. Fabulous. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I'm going to be here now, hopefully each Thursday at 7 o'clock. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I shall see you next week. Have a great weekend. Let's hope the weather stays nice and sunny and take care. Bye bye.